All right, so now we're going to move on to area of a triangle. All right, some key terms that you really must know in order to solve for the area of a triangle is B, which is base. And it's very important to know that it's a lowercase b. Do you notice I did not put an uppercase b? It is very important to use a lowercase b, because an uppercase b means something completely different than a lowercase b. Okay? All right, so for the terms, for this area of a triangle, we are going to use the lowercase b for base. This is the base of the figure. It's not necessarily what it's sitting on, but it is just the base of the figure. And knowing what the base is and the height again, like we talked about just a few minutes ago, the base and the height have to form what type of angle? 90-degree angle. Base and height form a 90-degree angle. You could also say that the base and height are perpendicular. All right, so now we're going to label it, because labeling it, being able to have that visual of what is a base and what is a height really does help me. All right, so we're going to label the base and the height in each shape. First of all, what is the shape?
A triangle.
Triangle. My first thought whenever I look at a shape is I want to look at my angles. Just looking at this, does it identify where my right angle is?
Yes.
Yes. So automatically, my eyes are going to go right here to this right angle, because I know identifying that 90-degree angle or that right angle is going to tell me, hey, that is my base and my height. So here is my base, and then this lovely dotted line is my height. What do these matter right now when we're dealing with the area?
No.
These are called legs. They don't matter. Just my base and my height. It doesn't matter about these other ones. When do these other sides matter? When we're finding the what? When we're finding the perimeter. These legs of my triangle matter only when we're dealing with the perimeter. All right, over here. First of all, I'm going to identify my right angle. So I've got these two. So this is my base. And this time, my height is actually part of the triangle, correct?
Yes.
It's one of the sides. So if I was to do the perimeter here, would I use the height on this one? Yes. When it's a dotted line, that's just giving you a measurement. The dotted line is not part of the figure. It's just giving you a measurement. All right. So now let's get down to the nitty-gritty of actually solving these. So when we use our nifty little mathematics chart, I call this my cheat sheet. The state of Texas says, hey, look, everybody in 6th grade, I'm going to give you a cheat sheet. This is the cheat sheet. So when you get your STAR test, you should tear this out and use it. If you do not use this sheet and you have finished the test, you did something wrong. I guarantee you at least one question you will need to use this sheet, if not more, okay? Especially there's a measurement one, you will need to use the ruler. So I get my lovely mathematics chart, and what shape was this again?
Triangle.
Triangle. I'm gonna find area of a triangle, and I come over here and there is my formula. Does everybody see that? You don't see it?
I see where it is.
Okay, that's all I'm doing. You see that? All right. So we know what the B stands for, right?
Yes.
We know what the 8 stands for, correct?
Yes.
Okay. The area of a triangle is half. That's where this half part comes. Half the area of a rectangle, because a triangle is made from cutting a rectangle in half. All right, so let me show you. Where is my rectangle?
Bless you.
So here is my lovely rectangle, right?
Correct.
We know that the area of this rectangle is base times height, correct?
Correct.
Would everybody agree with that?
Yes.
Right? That even comes off of our nifty little mathematics chart, the area of this. But because we're not asking for that whole area, we do the base times the height, which would give us the area of all of it, but the triangle comes from cutting that area in what? Half. The biggest problem that people do is they do the base times the height and then forget to multiply it by 1/2. Multiplying something by 1/2 is the same as dividing it by what?
2.
Very good. All right. So let's look at some examples. Find the area of each shape. First of all, what shape is this?
Triangle.
Triangle. And because Miss Armstrong is mean, we have to write out our formula. All right, what is my formula? Area equals 1/2 B times H. That way, when Miss Armstrong looks at your work, I know that each one of you is using the correct formula. My next step is I'm going to plug in what I know. Do I know the area of this shape?
No.
Nope, so I leave the A. The 1/2 stays 1/2. What does it mean when it's back to back like this?
Multiply.
Do I know the base?
Yes.
Yes. I have to identify what type of angle.
Right.
My right angle. And so I've got my right angle. So here is my height. Here is my base. Would you agree?
Yes.
So my base is 20 centimeters. And my height is
8 centimeters.
8 centimeters. Does everybody agree? All right, now I solve this. 1/2 times 20 is going to give me what?
10.
Very good. Ten times 8 is? No naked numbers, so what would this be? Centimeters what? Squared. Why is it squared? Because I'm multiplying two dimensions. Centimeter and centimeter, so therefore it's going to be squared. The biggest problem again is that people forget to multiply it by 1/2. By writing out your formula and plugging in your numbers and taking your time doing it a little bit at a time, there's no reason why you can't multiply these numbers, right? Yes?
Would you multiply 1/2 times 8 also, or just 20?
If I were to just write this out, remember we would just do 1/2 times 20. Then times that by 8 because we're just doing order of operations. All right, let's look at number 2. So I guess I could put that up here. Area equals 80 squared centimeters. First step is I need to do what? Write out my formula. 1/2 base height. Plug in what I know. Do I know my area?
No.
Nope. So I plug that A in. 1/2 stays the same. Do I know my base?
Yes.
I find that 90-degree angle, which is right here. Therefore, I'm going to use this number and this number. And my base is 4 feet. Times my height of my triangle is 3 feet. Now we do order of operations. 1/2 times 4 is 2 feet. Times 3 feet. 6 what?
Feet square.
Very good. 6 feet squared. Awesome. So using my formula, it's really not all that hard, correct?
Correct.
It's just you have to slow down. Slow down. Write your formula. Plug in what I know. Solve it one step at a time. All right, time for some independent practice.